This morning on my radio show, I spoke with the Speaker of the Texas House, Dave Phelan. Here's what he had to say. Listen.
You know, you can have Governor Abbott on, and I hope like you said, he's the de facto president. You know, you need to commend him because everyone's talking about Florida and how Florida is this, this free speech haven or this, how conservative it is. Well, they don't have a heartbeat bill. They don't have constitutional carry. They don't have a social media bill like we did. They didn't do CRT bans like we did. They didn't do. They didn't protect our law enforcement by prohibiting defunding the police like we did. Texas is leading the nation in all these conservative areas, and Governor Abbott needs to get credit for that.
Joining me now, Texas Governor Greg Abbott. Sir, glad to have you. We know it's not a contest, and we know that you and Governor DeSantis are both fighting the harm that Biden is doing to the various states. But on that, do you think that Texas gets enough national attention for advancing the freedom through all the conservative legislation that has gone through during your time as governor?
I will tell you this, Texas gets the recognition nationally for what we are as a state because I can tell you these facts, and that is every year that I've been governor, more people have moved to Texas than any other state. No state, including Florida, has ever exceeded Texas, and Texas being the choice to move to. I can tell you that Texas had the fastest growing economy in the United States over the last quarter. Texas, every single year, ranks as the best state in America, as the best state for doing business. And every year I've been governor has won the Governor's Cup for the most expanded corporate facilities in the state. Bottom line is everybody who does business or operates in the United States, they know Texas well. And they are choosing to come to Texas and expand in Texas and grow in Texas more than any other state in America.
Yeah, and as the Speaker was just alluding to, because of the free speech laws that were passed and because of the constitutional carry and because freedom is in style in the great state of Texas. You know, well, Governor, I've said this on my radio show many times. You are the de facto president, in my view. You just reached an historic agreement with 4 Mexican border governors to help stop this flow of illegal immigration to the border. You're doing everything you possibly can with local state resources, very expensive, might I add, state resources, to stop this illegal immigration flow, the narcotics and the weapons. Would you agree with me that Texas is doing more to protect America than is Joe Biden?
People wonder, so Joe Biden is not protecting America. Joe Biden is allowing illegal immigration to occur in the United States. All of this is because it's Joe Biden's fault. Remember this, Chris. It was only a year and a half ago that we had the lowest border crossings in decades because of 4 simple things that President Trump did. He implemented the Remain in Mexico policy, the Title 42 policy. He ended catch and release, and he built a border wall. And then more than that, he sent a message that the border is closed. When Biden was elected, he eliminated all 4 of those things, and he said the border is open. Everything that Texas is having to do is because Joe Biden has abdicated his responsibility as president of the United States. And, Chris, that leads to what you were talking about. I've done something that's never been done before. I, as governor, have negotiated agreements with governors of Mexico, where governors of Mexico are carrying out what we agreed to, where they are participating in joint exercises with us to secure both sides of the border. They have armed law enforcement personnel on their side, working with our armed law enforcement personnel on our side. We're on both sides. We're working to secure the border.
Americans should send you a thank you note because, from my view, and Texas is the entry point for the vast majority of illegal immigration these days, not to mention the deadly drugs and the deadly illegal firearms. And you're the one that's protecting the entire country, in my view. We just spoke with Ohio gubernatorial candidate Jim Renacci about school choice. Your official position has been to support parental school choice. But some folks, and I think I know who these folks are, they support your socialist opponent there in Texas. They are trying to sow the seeds of doubt. And I wanted to give you an opportunity to state clearly your commitment once again to Texas leading the nation by getting parental school choice passed in Texas.
100%. As you point out, I've long been a school choice supporter, but also I'm going to repeat what I said not too long ago at a Tea Party event just outside of Houston, Texas. I said that this upcoming session in Texas will be the strongest pro-school choice session we've ever had. There's an uprising in the state, and as you might imagine, it comes in the aftermath of whether it be COVID or whether it be some of these idiotic rules that some schools are imposing on their students, or maybe the idiotic ideology where they are trying to indoctrinate our kids. When kids go to school, we expect them to be educated, not indoctrinated. And so we're going to be working to make sure that parents are getting what they need from a school system. In fact, Chris, I've already rolled out what's called my Parental Bill of Rights that restore parents to the primary decision maker for their child's education. Parents matter, and we will reinforce that in the great state of Texas.
Parental school choice is the next civil rights issue of the United States. And I believe, as I know you do, Governor, that Texas is going to lead the way on all of this. I had to get you to comment on this ministry of disinformation that the Biden administration is rolling out. You, being a former attorney general, know that it is against the First Amendment of the United States Constitution for government to police speech. If Biden doesn't withdraw this commission, what will Texas do to protect Texans from this clear overreach and violation of the Constitution by the federal government?
It seems like it's a Saturday Night Live skit. It's the craziest thing. Normal people couldn't sit down and think up something like this. But as you point out, that's a layup lawsuit. And so, Chris, I set an all-time record for the number of lawsuits filed against Barack Obama. I think the current Attorney General in Texas, Kim Paxton, will set an all-time record in the number of lawsuits filed against President Biden. This is an easy win because this is a clear violation of the First Amendment. Obviously, the timing of it was ironic in the aftermath of Elon Musk taking over Twitter, making sure that Twitter was going to be a free speech location or a free speech space. And as soon as we have free speech declared on Twitter, we have Biden come out and try to come out with an effort to regulate speech. It will go absolutely nowhere. It's a disgrace by the Biden administration.
Well, Texas Governor Greg Abbott, as we have been saying throughout the entire interview, we are confident in your leadership, and Texas is definitely leading the way, sir. Thank you for carving out time here for the Salcedo Show.
Thank you so much, Chris. Take care.